I'm a member of the Advanced Studies and Education Department, but I teach in the Teacher Ed program. I'm a native Mississippian, so I have a degree in biology from Mississippi State University. I have a master's and a PhD from the University of Utah, with a brief stint in the Air Force active duty from 92 to 96. That's how I ended up in Utah, actually. No, I didn't. I actually went to school to be an MD, because his degree is in biology. And I got to cell biology and like, oh, this is not, I can't do this. Cell biology was the WEDOC class and it worked, got me. I did not end up going to medical school. And I really had no desire to be a teacher preparator. Getting a PhD was a totally self-actualization thing for me. I was really okay with teaching high school. And I decided I wanted to do something else. When I had my fill of Salt Lake, I decided that I was looking for another job, and this is the job that came open, and here I am, 7 years later. They're all very unique places. One thing I will say, people perceive California to be this bastion of liberalism, and it's not. You have your pockets, but as a whole, there's a lot of similarities between the three spaces, but there are also a lot of differences between the three spaces. Actually coming here has really made me the radical that I am. I was never, I guess, perceived as being radical until I came here. So that's probably been the greatest experience. When I was teaching in Salt Lake, I was teaching in a school that is predominantly Latino, predominantly Polynesian, and I was also working on my master's at that time in social justice stuff that I do now, and hearing some of these negative deficit discourses of the kids sort of kind of got me on that radicalness path. And so now that I'm here, because I'm sending teachers out to teach, makes me that much more radical, because I don't want the kids to have to be subjected to some of the things that I heard from the teachers, some of the teachers on the staff. First of all, realize that teaching is not about you, and let your ego go. Your A in this class, or your TPA score, or how well you do a lesson plan template does not matter. All that, because it will never come up in an interview. When you're out in the classroom teaching, you need to be more concerned about the students in your class, because you can't go into teaching with an ego, because it's not about you. It doesn't matter how well you are prepared in terms of your subject. It doesn't matter how well you prepare lesson plans. If you do not have the ability to make relationships with students or get them to buy in why they need to be in school, because they can learn about anything that you're teaching off the internet. So why you need to give them a reason to come in your class, other than the law makes them come until they're 16. Well, now I guess 18 in California. Well, my research is in 3 camps. So I'm looking at Black education, history of Black education, more so how we can draw on the lived experiences of teachers, my parents and my grandparents' age teachers, to inform what we're doing right now. And my writing partner, who does most of her stuff in the South, where you have a larger Black population. And then I have my stuff around whiteness and anti-racist work in terms of decentering. If we really want to get rid of racism, we got to decenter whiteness. And oftentimes people think whiteness is about phenotype, and it's not. And then my Latino research. The interesting piece is really recognizing that we really, as Black folk and Latino folks, should not be at odds with each other, because the cultures are too similar. Research is so important in terms of the way it informs my practice, because it does. Being and spending time with these guys has definitely helped my teaching at the K-12 level in terms of whom I'm sending out to teach. And so the research piece is huge. You can't, I can't stress enough. It really makes me a better teacher, because I am in the field collecting data. The open access, that it gives kids an opportunity to go to college who otherwise might not get an opportunity to go to college.